What if the secret to glowing skin wasn't in your skincare routine, but in your coffee cup? I know, it sounds a little crazy, but I quit sugar for 30 days, and what happened to my skin absolutely shocked me. Keep watching till the end, because the last change is the one nobody expects. For years, I battled my skin. From constant breakouts to a dull, tired complexion, I felt like I had tried everything. Serums, masks, facials, you name it, I've probably bought it. But nothing gave me that lasting change I was looking for. So, I decided to try something different. Something from the inside out. I decided to see what would happen if I removed added sugar completely for 30 days. That meant no desserts, no sodas, and definitely no sweetened lattes. The motto was simple: no sugar, just glow. The first week was a challenge, but what happened next made it all worth it. By week 2, I started noticing the first real change. My complexion was clearing up. You know those stubborn spots that seem to set up camp on your face for weeks? They started fading. It was like my skin tone was evening out all on its own, without any new products. My face felt less congested, like my pores could finally breathe. Every time I looked in the mirror, my face just looked calmer. The redness was subsiding, and the texture was smoothing out. But I honestly didn't expect what came next. The second thing I noticed was that the puffiness around my eyes started to disappear. I used to wake up looking like I'd had a rough night, even when I'd slept well. That morning puffiness reduced so drastically, without the bloating that sugar can cause. My face actually looked more sculpted. I started waking up looking genuinely rested, and here's the funny part: people on my Zoom calls noticed it before I even did. I kept getting comments like, "You look so refreshed." Little did they know, my secret wasn't a new eye cream, it was just cutting out sugar. Then came the big one. My breakouts became rare. I learned the hard way that sugar spikes can lead to oil spikes, which for me, meant surprise pimples right before big events. We've all been there, right? But once I cut out the sugar, that cycle broke. Even my hormonal acne, which I thought was just a fact of life, seemed to soften. For the first time in years, I stopped feeling the need to pile on concealer every single morning. It was liberating. And with fewer breakouts, something else started to happen. My skin began to look naturally dewy, not greasy. Before, my glow was really just excess oil I was constantly trying to blot away. But now, it was a genuine, healthy radiance that came from hydration. Sugar can wreak havoc on your sebum production, but without it, my skin found its balance. I live in a humid city, and even on the stickiest days, my skin stayed comfortable, not oily. It was like that real skin filter effect from social media, but it was actually happening in real life. My skin was just happy. Next, I was amazed to see that my under eye area looked brighter. Those dark, tired circles that I thought were permanent residents under my eyes started to fade. It honestly felt like I was finally getting a full 8 hours of sleep, even on the nights I wasn't. The skin around my eyes felt a little tighter, a little more resilient. It's amazing how much of a difference it made to my overall appearance. It was simple: less sugar, more sparkle in my eyes. On top of that, the constant redness and inflammation I struggled with dropped noticeably. I used to have this persistent flush across my cheeks that I would always try to hide under foundation, but during this challenge, it was just gone. My cheeks felt cooler and calmer to the touch. The inflammation around old, healing acne marks also went down, which meant they were fading much faster. Even after a long day out in the sun, my skin wasn't irritated and reactive like it used to be. Now, this next one is what really convinced me. My fine lines started to soften. And no, I wasn't using some new miracle cream. It turns out, high blood sugar can damage collagen, the protein that keeps our skin plump and firm. Once I stabilized my blood sugar by cutting out the sweet stuff, my skin responded. The smile lines around my mouth looked softer, without any fillers or special treatments. The overall texture of my skin began to feel so much smoother. It was proof that what we put in our bodies shows up on our faces. Of course, this journey wasn't all easy. The sugar cravings in the first week were tough. Walking past a cafe in the morning and smelling fresh pastries was a real test of willpower. But by week 3, a shift happened. I realized I didn't crave donuts anymore. I started replacing those cravings with sweet fruits, berries, and herbal teas. And something incredible happened. My taste buds reset. An apple tasted incredibly sweet. Everything tasted richer and more flavorful. That's when I realized my skin wasn't the only thing healing. As my cravings faded, another benefit appeared. Hydration finally stayed locked in. I never realized how much sugar was secretly dehydrating my skin from the inside, essentially pulling water from my cells. Without it, my moisturizers suddenly felt like they were actually working. They absorbed better, and my skin felt supple all day long. My skin's barrier felt stronger, and the glow became effortless, not forced or greasy. With all these positive changes, my makeup routine naturally got simpler. I went from feeling like I had to hide my skin behind foundation, to being proud to show it off. Most days, a bit of tinted sunscreen was all I needed. My skin looked naturally alive and healthy. Makeup became a fun enhancement, not a necessary cover-up. It was a huge mental shift. And let's talk about pores. They tightened visibly. Without the inflammation and oil overproduction caused by sugar spikes, my pores were no longer clogged and stretched out. Makeup sat so much better on my skin, without settling into every little line and pore. The texture on my cheeks and forehead improved dramatically. People started asking me what new serum I was using, and I loved telling them it wasn't a product at all. What's more, my energy levels reflected on my skin. I stopped having those horrible afternoon crashes that left me feeling and looking drained. With more stable energy throughout the day, I had better circulation, which gave my skin a healthy, awake look that lasted. Whether I was at the gym or just out for a walk, that vibrant glow stayed with me. And remember those old acne scars? The experiment helped with that too. I noticed fewer dark spots and much faster healing. Old acne marks started fading at a surprising rate. By reducing the oxidative stress from sugar, my skin's natural repair processes could finally kick into high gear. The vitamin C serums I was using suddenly seemed 10 times more effective. That uneven tone I'd been fighting for so long slowly began to balance out. But the biggest change wasn't just physical, it was the emotional confidence boost. For so long, my skin had been a source of stress and anxiety. Now, it was becoming a source of pride. I finally started taking selfies without a filter. My mood improved, too, because I wasn't on that sugar-fueled roller coaster of highs and lows anymore. My skin was telling a new story, one of peace, not pressure. Ultimately, the glow was real, and more importantly, it felt sustainable. This 30-day challenge taught me that the change wasn't instant, but it was lasting. No single product can replace the power of a balanced lifestyle. I learned that true glow comes from nourishment, not from the number on a price tag. And yes, I will definitely be staying off added sugar most days from now on. These 30 days without sugar didn't just transform my skin, they transformed how I treat myself. When you start to glow from the inside, you stop chasing perfection. You choose peace instead. If you're curious, why not try a 7-day sugar detox and just track your glow? Your mirror might surprise you. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. See you next time.